Howdy folks, so last night in Philadelphia, well only a few hours ago actually, Sleep Token debuted a new song. Well, not a new song, a cover in fact. You see, for a long time Vessel has been playing a different intro to Rain every time on the piano, which is somewhat compelling with different messages he sends from video games and comparisons to other songs. But he went the whole hog last night and debuted a full version of Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark. Now, this is hugely significant for a number of reasons. Dancing in the Dark is all about conflict with management. It is about alienation. It's about dealing with fame. It's about sex. There's loads of themes in Dancing in the Dark that, despite its brilliant music video, which seemed very upbeat, there are some very dark, very compelling themes in there. Released on May 1984, the year I was born, it went on to become Springsteen's biggest hit. But it was only written in a night, and it was written out of frustration. And there's a whole lot of comparisons between Dancing in the Dark and some other Sleep Token songs. But let's not get to that right now. Shall we just fucking watch it, yeah?
Get up in the evening, and I ain't got nothing to say. Home in the morning,
Sits so nicely in his range.
all the bad feelings the same way. I ain't nothing inside.
Lovely bit of grit.
Just silent bored with myself. Yeah, baby, to you just a little. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
Oh, his voice sounds so good this time. This is an A minor.
Let's just keep getting clearer. It's on the move around my place. See my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face. I ain't getting nowhere. It's just a little in the dark like this. There's something happening somewhere.
Gosh.
Baby, I just know that you can't start a fire.
Brilliant.
Can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's fire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Still I'm getting older. There's a joke somewhere and it's on me. Still one off my shoulder. Come on baby, the love's on me. Stay on the streets of this town. They'll be carving you up alright. Say you gotta stay hungry. Well baby, I'm just about starving tonight. Time for some action. Sick of sitting around and trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on baby, give me just one look. You can't start a fire. Sitting around crying over a broken heart. This gun's fire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark, you can't start a fire. Worried about your little world falling apart. This gun's fire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
What a choice.
Even if we're just dancing in the dark.
So, what is the significance in the Sleep Token story, in Vessel's story, of him playing Dancing in the Dark last night in Philadelphia? So, Dancing in the Dark was written in one night by Bruce Springsteen after his manager John Landau said, I don't think that this new album you're putting out has a single. It doesn't have a lead single. And I believe that in the documentary, Springsteen said to him, listen, I've written 70 fucking songs. Why don't you write a single? But even so, he went away that night and wrote in one night Dancing in the Dark, which became the lead single released in May 1984 before Born in the USA. And I think everybody knows Born in the USA. Everybody knows Dancing in the Dark. Everybody knows the music video where Courtney Cox is picked out of the audience that they recorded twice live, I believe, to get all of those shots. And first time I think we all saw Courtney Cox, who then went on to become Monica in Friends, which people my age will know her from. She was in the music video for Dancing in the Dark. Springsteen picks her out the stage, but the lyrics and the idea behind Dancing in the Dark, anything but positive and dancey. This is a song about alienation. We'll go through the lyrics in a second, but I can understand why at this point in Vessel's career, and we've spoken a little bit about Sleep Token and signing with RCA, and maybe the management, the pressure that comes. You know, I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game. In Damocles, there were lots of little nods. In Caramel, there were lots of little nods to frustrations that perhaps were real-world frustrations outside of the Sleep Token musical story of a man, Vessel, and a deity called Sleep. Dancing in the Dark is almost a song born of fatigue with the music business. It's about trying to seek a connection with somebody, with something, and in that way, obviously, that has a lot of parallels with the story of Sleep Token so far. But it symbolizes a move into living more in the present. But even just the title itself, Dancing in the Dark, has so many connotations with the Sleep Token story. Firstly, we're in the dark, which one associates, of course, with nighttime, where that is where Sleep and Vessel have a relationship. But the idea of dancing in the dark, well, dancing is something that's prevalent in all of Sleep Token's discography. I mean, Will You Show Me How to Dance Forever? The music box with the ever spinning dancer that can't escape from the stage. The stage is a prison, a beautiful nightmare. So there are loads of little links that we can make between Dancing in the Dark. And also, Dancing in the Dark has taken on almost a metaphor about sexual relationships as well. We were dancing in the dark. But that's exactly where Sleep and Vessel do that. We are led to believe in EP1 and maybe even EP2 that they do have a sexual relationship. But in the morning, Sleep leaves. She leaves the man. He hates what he becomes when he wakes up in the morning because Sleep, the partner, the person that he adores, is no longer there, depending on your interpretation. And of course, these are all just my interpretations based on, you know, what I've learned and what I've listened to in the lyrical and musical anatomy of Sleep Token. But Dancing in the Dark also has allusions towards shadow work as well, acceptance of the dark side, a Jungian psychology, accepting that we all have a shadow. We have an ego, and then our persona is the projection that we show everybody all of the nice bits because we want people to like us deep down, and that's our ego projecting the persona out there. But underneath there is the shadow, at least if you believe in Jungian psychology. And the story of Sleep Token, I believe, the musical theatre production, and indeed the message that is being sent from the man behind the mask who wrote these songs, I think there's a lot of shadow work in there. There is a lot of getting people to accept their darker side, maybe the stuff that they pushed down. It's Freudian in that respect when they were a child, but dancing in the dark. Dancing in the shadow, bringing that forward, embracing it. Dancing in the Dark is such a wonderful, like just one sentence, one title that really embodies so much that Sleep Token is. And the fact that they debuted that in the middle night of a 3-show run as well in Philadelphia. The only thing I think could have been better was if they debuted it in New Jersey, where Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band are from. People used the phrase, dance like nobody's watching, and dancing is incredibly important. The Book of Love is played at the end of the show at the moment. Peter Gabriel's The Book of Love, and in that it talks about dancing was written in this book. We wrote this book of love, and that's how lovers learned to dance. Dancing is so important to loving connections. At weddings, we have a first dance. The dancing's been a part of society in terms of us having connections with one another, whether loving or not, whether just societal. Dancing is such an important part of all of human society. Whether you want to go to fucking Nairobi or Paris, there's dancing everywhere. But Dancing in the Dark by Bruce Springsteen is a dark song. It is about alienation. It's about isolation. It's about, despite all of the success, feeling that, oh, well, actually, am I really part of this? And we'll get into this more now, because let's have a look at the lyrics. So, here we are. The lyrics to Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark, released May 1984, from the album Born in the USA. I get up in the evening, and I ain't got nothing to say. I get home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. Ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby. I could use just a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Now, this guns for hire line is interesting because from Bruce Springsteen's perspective, he rather viewed himself as a gun for hire. I'm an object of the record label. I'm an object of my management. They want it. They say jump and I say how high. And I can understand why the frustrations are there in the lyrics. But also, this guns for hire. I know what you want from me. There are connotations with guns being an appendage. A gun for hire is somebody who you can use and then expel again, rather like how, in many times, he's alluded to in the discography of Sleep Token, that Sleep uses him and then discards him. He is essentially a gun for hire, whether it be in exalting the God and spreading the gospel in the lore of Sleep Token, or whether it be in a more physical sense, that, he was just a body in the passenger seat, and maybe, somebody else was his favorite color, but he wasn't felt about the same way. So messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on, and I'm moving round my place. I check my look in the mirror. Want to change my clothes, my hair, my face. Man, I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know that there is. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Again, I check my look in the mirror. Want to change my clothes, my hair, my face. I want to change my appearance. I want to, if you like, I want to mask myself from the world, because the pressures of the industry, the pressures of whatever, as Springsteen has alluded to in interviews before, at this point were getting so much for him that he wanted to just cut his hair off. He wanted to change everything so he could just be Bruce again, rather than being Bruce Springsteen. And those are two very different things. The man behind the mask, for example, when we're talking about Sleep Token, the man who goes to Sainsbury's and has to queue up behind the person who has scanned all of their things wrong or doesn't know how the thing... He does that. This is a real human being, just like Bruce would go and do that in New Jersey, one would imagine. But there comes a point where it almost becomes impossible. The difference being is that Vessel has rather masked himself over the course of this entire Sleep Token career, this entire Sleep Token project. Therefore, the anonymity that he wants to maintain, that he wants to keep, well, I can completely understand that. Bruce Springsteen didn't have any option in that in 1984. Sit around getting older. There's a joke here somewhere, and it's on me. Fuck me. Literally, that's Vessel's taken that because the joke's on me and I'm laughing too from Gods. Bloody hell. I'll shake this world off my shoulders. Come on, baby. The laugh's on me. Stay on the streets of this town and they'll be carving you up, all right? They say you got to stay hungry. Hey, baby, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action. I'm sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. Come on, baby. Give me just one look. It's that appeal that he needs a connection, that despite all of this, there has to be some physical connection. Otherwise, is this worth everything? I'm sick of sitting around here trying to write this book. I need a love reaction. I need that connection with somebody. Come on, baby, give me just one look. You can't start a fire sitting round crying over a broken heart. Rather, as many people have alluded to in the history of Sleep Token, that something, and in my opinion as well, that it's wonderful that something that hurt someone, something that deep pain, something that caused, as I think we can now all attest to in Sleep Token, physical pain for a human being, that it can be turned into this magic that we're all sharing now. I mean, literally on a nightly basis on the US tour at the moment. So you can't start a fire sitting around crying over a broken heart, but you can make that hurt. You can turn it into art. You can turn it into magic. This Guns for Hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. You can't start a fire worrying about your little world falling apart. This Guns for Hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. I think if there was going to be a cover, if he was going to drop a song and put a cover in, I am just delighted, astounded, in fact, that this is the one. It's a fantastic song. I mean, the history behind it, the symbolism, the fact that it's presented as such an upbeat kind of dance song. The music video is so upbeat, but deep in there is a sense, a longing, a torch song, if you like, to somebody who can get him out of this world that he's in right now, the throes of celebrity, the throes of fame and fortune, and the pressures that come with that as well. Anyway, I just thought I would jump on this because I fucking love Springsteen and I fucking love Sleep Token, and to see that he played this whole version last night, and I put the credit to the original person who put this on YouTube as well. Please go and watch the original. Give them the respect that they deserve for filming it and putting it up. But yes, just a quick one from me today. I say quick one. How long is that? Well, it's all right. But yeah, Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark. Is it going to stay in the set? Is it going to be replaced? Is Vor going to come back in? Who knows? Join us when we play What's Vessel Gonna Do Next? Anyway, we are live on Twitch on Friday night. Myself and Lauren, my partner, who is a stage manager, is going to be doing a Q&A where she's answering loads of questions from people. I put a video out yesterday about how the tour is worked from somebody who spent most of their fucking adult life on tour. So hopefully you can join us from about 11 p.m. UK time before the Detroit show. We'll be doing a Q&A about the set, about touring, about the rigmaroles of all of that. And then we shall all watch the Detroit show together over on Twitch. And thank you so much, everybody, for supporting me. If you want, you can go support me on Ko-fi. It's a few pounds a month. You get hundreds of hours of extra videos and access to all the streams and the members Discord and all that good stuff. But yeah, amazing. Dancing in the Dark. Is it going to stay? Who knows? See you for the next one.